Hey, what's up, you guys? It's your boy, the he, she, the queen, honey, JUREAKA. Oh my goodness. I'm so ready for the end of the week. I am ready. Girl, I ain't gonna lie, I'm so sick of this work shit. You know, fuck. Girl. Oh, I ain't gonna bother to tell y'all we was supposed to be off of work, but they didn't even let us know. You know how your job supposed to let you know, like I want to say 2 days in advance. They just let us know like a day of. I'm like, girl, like y'all should know how many days y'all supposed to miss, and we're supposed to come back and stuff like that before, like way beforehand, bitch. Like bitches got real bills, like real bills to pay. These bills motherfucking stop, and y'all trying to get us to miss work. Like I don't understand that bullshit. Like, I mean, I ain't gonna say a lot. Like I wouldn't mind missing, but ahead of time. I need to know like a week or two beforehand if we're gonna be missing. And I know the holidays, we know it's the holiday. Yes, yes, yes. But bitch, I need to know upfront like 2 weeks or something in advance. So move money around and all that good stuff. Like I can't. I fucking can't. Ugh. Shit. Anyway, y'all, I ain't come out here to really just complain. Well, yes, I did. Kind of shit. I just been thinking a lot. I really have. I really, really been thinking a lot. Like, shit. Like, even before I was thinking a lot before, I even moved. A lot of things been on my mind. Um, I mean, nothing really like major to like complain about because I'm happy, I'm doing well and all that type of stuff. And but like I can't help but think about these are cold at nights, getting a little lonely, not depressed or nothing like that, 'cause, nothing like that. But just thinking, girl, shit. Like early this morning, saw this good dude at the store, kind of my type or whatever, you know how I like him. He had a little gruff on his, he had a little facial hair and all that type of stuff, kind of cute and stuff like that. Nicely, more so solid build, a little bit shorter than me. I just, girl, I ain't really big. I am big on the height in a sense, but then, girl, come on now. I mean, ain't too many people that's really, really tall that I'm gonna be bumping into, bitch. Anyway, got my lit coffee and was about to head to work and stuff like that. But me and dude, made eye contact and stuff like that. But I mean, I guess he saw that I was going to the car or whatever and was about to get ready to head to work. So I was like, on some Jason's lyric bullshit. Like, if it's meant to be, he'll find me. Type bullshit. Cause girl, a bitch is single, like big single. I ain't got no hoes. And I ain't really trying to have none, honestly. I don't got no lit apps. And I ain't really trying to I've had better encounters outside of the apps. Like people are able to really just have real conversation outside of the apps, I want to say. For me personally. So I was like, I just want to do away with the fucking apps. I don't have time for the line and kick it bullshit or whatever. But back to the nigga. Um, he was cute. Like he had a nice ass. I love a dude with a fat ass, but I'm not gonna do anything with it. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm not no side. I'm a strict bottom. And I know how people love to be like, "Oh, bottom, like, why bottom isn't bitch?" Everybody got it's fucking strict top, burst top, bitch, bottom, strict bottom, whatever, bitch. I'm a strict bottom. Like, I know how y'all love to be like, "Oh, well, bottom's a dime a dozen, bitch." Every bottom ain't the same, okay? Some clean, some ain't, some gon' so okay, girl. Anyway, but back to what I was saying. Dude was cute. He had a nice ass. I like just to see dudes with asses. And stuff. I'm not gonna, kiss it or eat it or nothing. Maybe I might buy a dildo or whatever, or something, do my thing just in case. But I'm never gonna penetrate. That's not gonna happen. No, no, no. Fuck that bullshit, bitch. But anyway, he was cute. Dark skin, I love dark skin men. And it's not just I'm not colorist or nothing. I love all shades of black. Black is beautiful. It's not no preference. I just want him to be a black man. A black man, but it'd be girl. I'm not finna get into all that. He was cute. If I see him again, I see him again. But he's not the other dude I saw the day before, which he wasn't my classmate, but he from my hometown. We went to school together, but we weren't in the same class. I think he was like 2 grades ahead of me. Bitch, I almost said his name. Ooh, I can't be doing that. See that goddamn cocktail against me. Anyway, he had tattoos. He was light skinned. He's a little bit taller than me. I want to say about 2 inches. Anyway, girl, I knew him and his brothers, but I had a crush on his brother. One of his brothers definitely had a long ass dick, girl, and so like it. And I never really spoke to the oldest one. I never really, but I know he was very sexy and stuff like that. But I never really talked to him. But anyway, y'all, I saw him at the store. And girl, like he was standing in front of me. It's crazy after all these years, like, cause I graduated in 2014. I think he graduated like 2012, 2011, something like that. But anyway, girl, he still looks good. Like that motherfucker is like still sexy. He got his grown man, aura going on, but he's still fine as fuck. Like I said, he got tattoos, like he light skinned and stuff like that. And it's not the thing for me. Like I said, I'm not colorist. I just like what I like. I love black men in all shades and all their forms. But saw him, and he had looked to the side when I was standing behind him and stuff like that. And I instantly knew it was him, regardless if he looked to the side or not, because I already know his build. But me and him ain't never had no words or nothing like that. What's up? What's up, y'all? Like, share, and subscribe so more people can come in. And it's been like almost over a decade since I saw him and stuff. Like I said, he was built nice, had a nice, nice, very nice shape and stuff like that. He ain't never really been. He's more so lanky built, but it seemed like he's gained some more weight. But it's nice. It looks very nice on him. So, girl, he had a tattoo on his neck and stuff like that. And I'm not the type. I'm not the girl that's not. I'm not the girl that's really into tattoos. I don't really care. But if it looks good on you, it looks fucking good on you. So, girl, he looked to the side and I guess he noticed, whatever. Because I was hearing through the grapevine that he was into the girls too when we was in high school, but I didn't really know for sure, and I didn't really pay him attention because we wasn't in the same class, so I really didn't give a damn. But I you couldn't help but notice the motherfucker fine, so whatever. But anyway, he ended up walking up to the cashier, got his shit, and then left. Before he walked out, from my peripheral, from my peripheral, girl, he had looked at me and stuff like that, and I didn't look to the side because I didn't look back at him or nothing like that. I just noticed that he looked at me because look at me, bitch, I'm bad, but I didn't think he would really be interested because I heard that he was into trans women. So I was like, I don't know. I did hear, he was into trans women and that's beautiful too. But I didn't think he was, not saying that was facts because somebody could have been hating or whatever, but I don't know. I mean, but I did look out when I almost got done paying for my stuff. And I'm not sure if he was looking back back looking back at me too. But I don't know. I just don't. I'm single, but I don't see. You know, he would be my type. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. He would be my type, but I ain't really. I don't know. I don't really know. But girl, I do need to get back on a dating horse. I really do. But ain't many people dating anymore. Um, I knew I was doing it right for how I wanted to do. Um, when I moved here, dating, I only dates with the same person and stuff like that. And he was a good guy. It was just something that was off just a little bit, but seemed like a real nice guy at the time and stuff. I knew I needed to grow more and stuff like that. Not that I couldn't grow with the person. It's just something happened. I was like, oh nah, girl. But yeah, I would definitely want to get back to dating, going on physical dates. Getting all giddy and trying to get dressed up or whatever. However I dress, I like a dress for comfort for the most part. Cause bitch really don't be want to go nowhere. We do be want to find an excuse to stay home. But yeah, I want to get giddy about going to on dates, whether it's to the movies, cause I want to do that stuff again. Like, well, not that I've been on a date to the movies, but have that opportunity to do that because people are losing that, going on real dates, going to the movies, going to have a lit picnic or what have you. People like I love that stuff. Some people be like, oh, they not really into flowers, teddy bears, and all that. I want to get to doing that. So I definitely when I bump into someone that I find attractive, they find me attractive, and we, possibly exchange names and numbers. Um, I want to do that. I definitely want to do that. Want to go on there. Y'all get in here, like, share, subscribe, share definitely, so more people can come in the building, and let me know in the comments if the connection is good or bad. I'm not sure if I wouldn't know how to handle it if y'all don't tell me. So, bitch, yes, I want to go on dates again, but people ain't trying to do that. And I ain't trying to, I want to deal with someone that's openly bisexual, openly gay, or teetering because, bitch, ain't nobody got time to be hiding. I'm too old for that. Bitch, I'm 31. That's way too close to 40. And I'm ready to do that. I'm ready to do that and stuff like that. So yeah, I just been thinking for months, girl. Nah, I'm not. I've been thinking longer than that, but not to the point where I'm obsessed. It's just some of these late nights and stuff. You be want somebody to hold you, not just anybody. That's why I deleted the sex apps because bitch, that's all it is. It's not the app, it's the people. The people, but it's too many people that it's too much of the bullshit. And I don't have time for that. You be wasting 3 hours, probably all fucking day on an app. On an app. You have you probably, for example, you just looking for a relationship. It's too many people that want a challenge. Men love, I'm gonna just say little boys, masquerading as grown men love a challenge. What they feel like to get another notch in their belt. And honestly, that's why I do not date younger. Because they're on demon time. The boys on demon time. It's a waste of time for the most part. Don't be dating no guy that is young, like in his teens and early 20s, probably maybe 26 and up, but don't take it seriously for the most part. Dating someone that's in their teens and 20s or whatever. They on demon time. Them boys are on demon time. If they want to pump something, feel something with calm. Young, dumb, and full of calm. That's it. I really wouldn't. I don't. I don't really give a damn to be talking or communicating with someone younger. I never really cared, or even people my age. I never really wanted to be around people my age. That's probably why. Well, I mean, I could talk to anyone, but I don't really, interact with people my age or anything like that, or even younger. I've always had more in common with someone that was older because I'm the older sibling. So yeah, I wanted to talk about real shit, that's going on, philosophy, psychology, what's going on with, just going on with just life, girl. So, everybody was my age was pretty much focused on Yu-Gi-Oh cards, bitch, and just nothing. So I was, but anyway, um, I just never really connected too much to younger guys, so I didn't really care about doing. And it's a lot of younger people um, on there, and people my age that was on the app. So it was harder to, it was to connect, and it's too much of what you're doing, how you doing, and it ain't really. And then if you're not really looking for that, it's like mixed signals, and dudes love doing that. Instead of just being completely honest about what the fuck they want, they knowing that you want a relationship, or what, however, whatever you're looking for on there, and it's not what they're looking for. They want the challenge just to get a notch in their belt. So it's like it's draining. It's draining. Then the pick for pick bullshit. Too many faceless profiles. It's too many. It's just nothingness. You waste the whole day on there, and by the time you talk to someone halfway decent, your energy is gone. Your energy is completely gone, and you probably irritable, and you giving that person that is possibly a good person dull energy, but you've wasted a whole. So I don't really care for those apps. Um, it's just, yeah. But I had, I had better experiences meeting people outside, of the apps, which I prefer because um I'm used to being social, especially if I'm entertaining a guy or whatever. I would prefer to meet guys outside of apps. I mean, it's been a little better that way, and I'm not gonna say it's like great because, bitch, I'm still single. So, you know, I just I just, for me, no, and I do want to say, don't think just because everyone you meet is not gonna be the damn one, and don't look at it like that. Don't be Joan from Girlfriends. Like every time you say hi, it seems like, can we get married? Don't be desperate now, y'all. But yeah, for me, I definitely want to do the dating again, physically dating, going to get some coffee since I'm back on coffee and stuff like that. And I want to say, besides all that, how proud I am of myself. This sound like some self-centered, but bitch, fuck it, fuck y'all, bitch. I'm proud of myself because it's been 6 months. It was 6 months on the night that I've been smoke free, and I'm so proud of myself because that was not easy. Whew. It's not been easy. Now I'm not gonna say that I'm like went to a club, but I don't consider that. I feel like you having fun, you sip on a little drink. It ain't like I'm being like codependent or whatever on it. I just say, I'm just transparent. I definitely did go to a club probably about like 2 months ago. Cigate Club. Sat around a little bit, sipped a little something, and, smoked a little bit, whatever. But it's still been 6 months. So yeah, I'm so proud of myself, and and kudos to everybody else that want to quit smoking and trying or try to go cold turkey or whatever, don't let nobody tell you when or how to stop. Like if you got your mind focused and you're determined to quit, just do what you can do. If you need to, you know, substitute it for maybe food or whatever is going to be your thing to stop smoking. I commend everybody that's trying to stop smoking, whatever it is, because it's not easy. It really ain't, especially with these times we're living in. Yes. Anyway, 6 months. So, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going. And yes, but I'm so proud of myself. I've been gaining a little bit. Well, I have lost a little bit, but I did gain because I substitute. Uh, I'm probably gonna say because I did though. But I love to eat though, like substitute um food for it. Nah, but I substituted coffee more so coffee for smoking because coffee and the caffeine and all that type of stuff, and caffeine for me is close to nicotine, so one of the teens gotta work out for me. So I've slowed down a little bit on the coffee and stuff like that because I don't want to get the sugar beaties and stuff like that. But whatever, I'm doing the best I can. So yeah, um, I'm just say it's up for the next 6 months to see, to keep my head on straight and be determined to keep my mouth off the cigs and stuff like that. So we gonna see. Anyway, back to what I was saying. I was watching the gay dating coach Lamont Scales White, and he was really, really talking to Tramiel, and he said something that was so dope. Like, cause for as me, like in a dating, but he was talking more so in while you're in a relationship. He was like, in any relationship, never compromise. Just collaborate. In any healthy relationship, never compromise, collaborate. And I'm like, yes, you said a word, because I'm never compromising who I am for anyone, especially if they came to me. Like an interviewer had asked, Eartha Kitt, during the interview, if a man comes to her, will she compromise? And she had laughed, a real hearty laugh with a smidge of pettiness. Like, a man comes to me and I compromise, and she laughed. And I'm like, yes, girl, because you came to me. I'm the prize. I'm, all this type of stuff. Not to the point of being, full of myself, but I had to think about that. That was deep for Lamont to say. Like, in any relationship, never compromise. You collaborate. And that's how I feel. That's definitely how I feel. Like, a partnership, a real true partnership. Why would you? And it's not to say that you ain't gonna work on things like your traumas and all this type of stuff. Like, a relationship is work regardless of any relationship you in. You put in that work, and I would like compromising your beliefs and but you find like your core values, your integrity, like you you losing yourself in that relationship just to please someone. I don't know about anybody else, but these damn spam calls is getting on my nerve. Oh, I'm gonna have to change phones soon. Oh, I'm trying not to. I'm trying to stick with this phone because I would change the number so quick. I done had. Oh, I probably gonna have about like 15 different numbers, but bitches get on my nerve, and I don't like for people to be trying to keep up with me. Like, it's weird. But anyway, I don't know if anybody else having a problem with them damn spam calls, but I am, and it's getting on my fucking nerve. But anyway, yes, in any relationship, never compromise. I'm happy. I'm happy Lamont said that. Lamont Scales White, if y'all don't know who I'm talking about, he's a gay dating coach based in Atlanta, Georgia, and he is definitely LGBTQ plus. And we need more therapists. We need more gay dating coaches, black gay dating coaches, because we're sick, not sick. You know what I mean, bitch. We need help. We need help with our internal homophobia, our internal issues, our childhood traumas. We need help with that. Because we were taught to hate ourselves, told over and over that we're going to hell and this and that. But yes, for those that's gonna be watching this video, when I post it, it's gonna be a video. But yeah, I think it touched my heart that he said that in a relationship, never compromise, collaborate, because there's so many of us that do compromise and lose ourselves in a relationship. Not me, but I know people around me that have, in the past, and I saw them. I'm like, I didn't like how they were. And I could say myself, not even though I never had a long-term relationship and I never wanted to be with someone, just to have someone to say I love you or whatever, and there's no action or pressure applied. I didn't really like how I showed up sometimes. Like, not that I wasn't giving my all or whatever, but or being myself. It was just like I was taught that being vulnerable was some punk ass shit. I was taught that because I used to be vulnerable in previous relationships. They had to deal with family and stuff like that. That was thrown back in my face, and I didn't really trust people, And I realized, hell, that I didn't really trust black men. I mean, hell, the first black man to ever fuck over me, that I never really knew or really seen or remembered was my dad and stuff like that. And I didn't really know that his being gone in jail my whole life really affected me. I didn't know that, because I was like, oh, how they say, you never miss what you never had. It did affect me in a way because I was used to disappointment. My granny used to come and pick us up, me and my brother, and take us to go see him in jail and all that type of stuff. And he would talk to our granny more, and he would talk to us a little bit and stuff. But it just didn't really take like, he made promises that when he would get out, they didn't happen. You know what I mean? And I remember one time that I had called him and I went in on him. I went in. My mouth always been filthy. Whatever I felt, I said, and that was to anyone, and I stood 10 toes down on whatever I felt. But I didn't know it affected me. So how I viewed him or never showing up is how I viewed other guys. And it's not that I was trying to put pressure on it or anything. Like, I never really was vulnerable, How Summer Walker said, girls need love. I'd be like, gays need love, because we don't really be. A lot of times, a lot of us don't really say what we need from a person to feel safe, And it's crazy to say some punk ass shit when we is punks. When we is punks, it is like we have internal homophobia to feel like we're, because we feel like we're weak and we was told we was weak and we trying to like overcompensate for, being told we're less men, less of men or whatever, when we are actually the real men, the men that because we embrace our masculine and feminine energy. We are exactly who we think we are and stuff like that. And we show up for everybody, but then a lot of people but a lot of people don't show up for us, especially those of us that girl has I'm gonna say has siblings or had to be the responsible one. People sleeping on our couches, all this type of stuff. But anyway, I say all that to say I didn't know my dad not being there affected me in that way. I didn't trust men. Even though I love men. Now that can be a same shared experience that women have. I mean, girl, we both fuck men. The straight, if you're a straight woman, bitch, or a bisexual woman, bitch, you know exactly what I mean. But yeah, I just, I ain't really have. I don't want to say I didn't have expectations, but I didn't really expect dudes to really fall through. Um, with my expectation, like, or whatever. I was expecting a disappointment. We're expecting for the other shoe to drop because that's what I've seen. Like people don't really. I never really had many examples of people showing up for me. Um, and it got worse over time and stuff. And it's not that I didn't want anyone to show up for me. It's just that's why I kind of expected above all else for people to not show up or have my back because that's all I've seen. That's all I've like, not never really feeling safe. Never feeling protected growing up. Never really feeling like people will show up for me. Because that's what I've seen. I always was prepared for disappointment when it involved people, but I'm speaking about men. So, but I mean, trying to say in the best way, but trying to be as transparent and honest as possible. Um, when I dated the person that I dated, um, I just wasn't vulnerable, and um, like I would laugh and stuff, and be in a moment with them. But I didn't really go into it like any other relationship that I had, thinking that it was just for short term, or I wanted it to end, or so I try to sabotage it now. I just, I just knew the real that um, the honeymoon phase would end or whatever. But like, what's the real? You know what I mean? But I didn't really have like any expectations for as like um that it that you know that he would be different. Um, just being in fantasy world, no. Cause I know the real. I was definitely taught, you know, people, was definitely now that I, know now I was Senate representative, even though I was good at discerning, um, I still even though I didn't have high hopes for guys, I would say in that way. I definitely still gave the benefit of the doubt. I still gave people a chance. I didn't just put all of what I was used to on that person, expecting for them to make up for what anybody else did. But I had my walls up. I was on guard because if nobody else gonna protect me, I have to. So I would take my time, take my time and get to know. But I definitely had that. Okay, if the shoe drop, I know what to do. You know, not just enjoying the moments, get my experiences, but then at the same time, if the other shoe drop or when it so happened to drop, um, I wouldn't be devastated. So I'm saying it like that. But anyway, we dated. He and he would he would try to get it. I understood, but I definitely wasn't trying to have no sex, especially moving to the. I was new to the city and stuff like that, and I wasn't really trying to have sex with nobody, especially with the. I heard the number. Shit. I think Hattiesburg at the time was number two when I moved down here. I think, if I remember correctly, or number three. But either way, it was too fucking close to one. And I was like, nah, babe. No, that shit had me scared like a motherfucker because you hear your whole life how you're going to hell and you're going to get AIDS and all that type of stuff. And it was just seeming like that was true. That was true down here. So I was like, bitch, I ain't finna do that, bitch. I barely kissed. And I don't kiss everybody. So it wasn't much, but I didn't want to let that, determine, determine be being single. I didn't want to put that at the forefront, but I definitely didn't have sex, and I didn't really have many sexual experiences to begin with. But you know how bitches love to be like, oh yeah, ho, especially when they can't get you. And I'm like, bitch, how am I the hoe and you couldn't get me? You would never have facts or receipts to prove that. But anyway, I didn't want to let my past experiences influence me in that way. Definitely still wanted to date someone. But anyway, he was cute. He was nice. He wore glasses. He had his own car. He worked at Walmart at the time, was from New Orleans. So I was like, okay, I'm doing okay. And stuff like that. And we dated for a while. He introduced me to his people, his cousins and stuff like that and stuff. And it was giving nice. But like I said, I wasn't vulnerable with him, but I didn't think that it was just end abruptly. I'll just say this because I don't want nobody to be confused, bitch. Um, I didn't go further with him because, bitch, we was on the second date that we had at the Waffle House, bitch, and he was all up looking at somebody else. Now, that gave me whole vibes. Like, bitch, we're talking and you're looking at this. And I'm like, I know having a big ass ain't all that matter, but bitch, you looking at someone that has a motherfucking iron bore body, bitch, compared to, just like what are you looking at? What's over there? And I'm like, okay. Cause I know I wasn't, fucking, giving him none or whatever, but I'm like, that shouldn't have been the main focus. Like we're getting to know each other and stuff like that. So it's like, mm-mm. I'm like, nah, here how. So I did it that shit and moved on. Cause it's like, what's got going on? And then I don't check phones. I don't know if he was messing with someone or not. I don't know. It was unbeknownst to me. Cause I was taking him serious. And I don't know. Like, see, I don't give more than what's given. Like I said, I don't check phones. I'm not finna check your heart rate. I'm not doing none of that. Because if I can't trust you, there's no relationship. If I cannot trust you, I can't trust your spirit. I can't, because above all, I'm gonna listen to me. I'm gonna listen to my own instincts. I'm not gonna, I never really believe happy or nothing like that. But I know definitely had work to do on myself. But one thing for certain, two things for sure, I was not gonna be chasing after no nigga, burning his clothes. I wasn't gonna do none of that. Wherever you cheat, I mean, whoever you cheat with, that's who you're gonna be with. That's how my mindset was to this day. Because at the end of the day, all I had was me, and I'm gonna when I die, me, So anyway, like he was, he was a handsome guy and stuff, and it was not, but. I don't do that. Like, if I'm into you, I'm into you. Now that I've gotten older and stuff like that, if I find a dude attractive and he's trying to do attractive, we look together. Hey, we could look together. We'd be besties. But during that time, nah, bitch, because what the fuck? There was nothing to fucking look at. So what are you looking at? You just horny and just want to fuck phone? Nah, bitch. No, I can see it as something to look at, but at the end of the day, like you're talking to me. So it's like, it's just nah. And I was just like, okay, so we talking and stuff like that. So you was just really just trying, the times he was attempting. And I'm like, I'm not gonna fuck you in this car, especially if we get to know each other. You're gonna take me somewhere or whatever. If anything, I'm not gonna fuck you in the car. I'm not gonna do none of this. I'm not gonna do any of that. But now that I've grown more, it's just saying what you want. You're not expecting the person, not that I did, but you have to let people know, though. You have to let people know um, what you want, what you need, what they need to do to make you, so you can feel safe. And then ask them that too, and stuff like that. Have the real conversations and stuff, and not be worried about. I mean, you will hope, yeah, that they'll feel the same or whatever, and acknowledge and validate your feelings and stuff because they care. But then don't be afraid, and not let them know that you're afraid, and make up your own, assumptions and all that type of stuff. And you be mad and you mad all day and giving them the silent treatment, and they don't even know why the fuck you're mad. Don't expect nobody to read your mind. I'll just say that because that's pure foolishness. So yeah, I knew I needed to grow because I didn't want to put that on anyone. And I stand, and I do want to let people know, just because you have the trauma and stuff does not mean that you can't meet someone that will want to love you through that. Don't expect them to fix you, but you have a partner, you have a partner. You have a spouse, you have a spouse. Look at that person as your friend, not your enemy. If you can't go to your friend and tell them how you feel and stuff like that, then is they really your friend? Like, is that person really your lover, your everything? If they're not, if they don't feel like home, that you could really just be your whole self with them, the vulnerability and all, the times when you're weak. Everybody's not strong all the time. And I feel like you're stronger when you are vulnerable. You're stronger when you're saying exactly what you need to say, how you feel, because you are in your element when you are feeling your feelings. And nobody should ever tell you anything wrong or tell you anything less of that, because you are in your spirit. I feel like you in your bag, bitch. When you're being vulnerable about your feelings, that is you. That is complete. Just you bold facing the shit. And that person that says that they're your friend or your lover, they're your love child, honey, is supposed to create that space for you to be able to say that, but for both of y'all. And if you can't trust them, you can't. If you so worried about the rejection part, then maybe it's not. You can't do that. You can't put that on them. You got to give them the opportunity. And if they reject that, then maybe they're not your friend, your lover, love child, honey. So yeah, I learned that that was toxic for me to believe or grow up in that environment where I just looked at men just being more so a disappointment, and I didn't know that it stemmed from having I want to say fatherless home, just how people love to say it. And I didn't know, but I definitely made sure I did the opposite of what my dad did. and stuff like that. And people never really, especially when it comes to gays. Oh my goodness. Oh, y'all give the father all the time and when the bitch wasn't there. Especially with the girl la 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 situation. The fucking father wasn't there. Why the hell would he have rights to say anything? And that make that and I'd be like, bitch, if you are if you are a baby mama, shut the fuck up. Yo, then you own motherfucking child support and you up there, y'all want to scream about them not paying fucking child support. Think about it being your child since it's on, so it's always protect the motherfucking kids. That's the time when y'all feel like, oh well he was dead, bitch, but y'all never every fucking Father's Day y'all gotta remind every single man how much you was the mother and the father in the fucking relationship, but y'all don't even fucking understand pronouns. Y'all have an issue with fucking pronouns. That's why I can't. Like, however I lived my life in depth, I deserve the same fucking respect. And if you ain't honoring my death, bitch, you ain't honoring me in fucking real life. That means you was a fake ass bitch. And definitely, karma is coming your way. And I tell every bitch, I'll always get the last laugh. Always. I've always gotten the last laugh. Especially when I ain't do with this. Especially if I don't put my hands on you. So yeah, everybody y'all give the father all the passes in the world, and he wasn't fucking there, so we don't have no say so. Just say y'all fucking homophobic, and to the bitches they be talking about, I want a gay friend. Fuck you, bitch. Cause ain't nobody here for you for being your oracle. We ain't finna be putting up. What people don't want to say is we put up with the shit that you can't say to your man because you too damn scared to say it to your man. Y'all blaming us, having us, take up the hint because men did this to women for centuries or whatever, and y'all put that all on gay men. Like we the problem, bitch. Say that to your man. Bitch, and that's, I feel like a lot of women are fucking homophobic because we're everything to the woman except they lovers. But no, take that shit out on your husband, not me, bitch, because I'm not fucking you. Gay men are not fucking women. Gay men are not fucking women. There is down low men, that straight presenting men. I be sick of that shit. But y'all want us to be jumping on a nigga, all that type of shit. I'm not doing none of that shit. Hell no. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Yes, girl. So yeah, I had to grow. I had to heal because I didn't want to. I ain't wanna put that on no new guy, and I definitely want to make sure that I'm whole when I'm dating, getting to know someone. Ooh, somebody car is fucking up. Ooh, shit. They better get that shit fixed. I ain't want to put that on anyone. And that's being very selfish. Like I want to make sure that I'm healing on the healing journey, make sure my mental is good, make sure I'm happy, make sure I'm good. Ain't nothing perfect now. Ain't nothing ever gonna be, but to make sure I'm not looking to that person to fix me, to save me. And I be hating that shit. A lot of people do that. And I ain't wanna be that because they do that with me, trying to come to me, expecting me for me to fix them and be their therapist. Bitch, if you don't go get therapy, bitch, somebody that you can pay for that, cause y'all be I'm not gonna put that on my partner. Like, no, that is selfish as fuck and that's lazy. Do your own work. You can't make that complete. I'm looking for my better half. Nah, bitch, I want you to be a whole person. No, that's how you get yourself lost in a relationship. No, with that other person, then you turn around and blame that other person. No, it's you. You came here half with a half cup. I'm not the half. No, I can't make it full for you. So yeah, I want to make sure that I want to work on my internal issues, make sure I love myself completely, be able to successfully walk through the flames and not get burnt. Like, do exactly how Queen of the damn Akasha, bitch, walk through the fucking flames unscathed. That's That's how I want to walk with my man together, because I'm not nobody's secret. I am going to definitely always say what I want and what I need from the person. And if they can't or they won't, because I don't believe nobody's incapable. I really don't. I just believe people choose not to. Like, you know, if it's, you know, this is the issue. If you know this the issue is affecting me and you ain't doing nothing to work on it, no, no, it's affecting. What the hell? It's just me and you. I'll be just fine. Yeah. I don't know what this thing got going. Anyway, child, let me go out and come back in.